Hello friends, welcome to the third session of AI. Today we'll talk about state space search example. I told you last time, like we'll take an example and discuss it in detail so that you understand how to solve or how to represent a problem using a state space search. A very simple and interesting example today we'll talk about is 8 puzzle problem. You can see the colorful blocks, and of course it is a way to arrange blocks in a particular order. So let us see what it is. It's a 3 by 3 board, right, with 9 squares. 8 blocks are labeled and 1 block is an empty square, and you call it as a black square. It involves moving the block on the board into a particular configuration. The player can move a block into a space, freeing that position for another block to be moved into, and so on. So using this black block, this block can move up, it can move to the left, it can move to the right, it can move the down, so that tiles, the labeled tiles or the labeled blocks can move to a particular position, and which helps in reaching a particular configuration, which may be a goal state. So let us see how to represent this problem. Again, I hope you remember the state space definition, what we spoke in the previous lecture. Your capital S indicating the set of states. Of course, you have initial state, goal state, and there are many intermediate states. Then you have a small s representing the initial state or the start state. Then you have set of actions represented by capital A. So here you have only 4 actions. As the black square can move up, it can move down, it can move to the left, and it can move to the right. And G is a set of your goal states. At the end of the lecture, the second lecture, the previous lecture, we talked about informed search and uninformed search. So we'll try to solve this 8 puzzle problem using both the ways. We'll apply in uninformed search as well as informed search. Under uninformed search, you already know it's nothing but a blind search. Why blind search? You don't have any domain knowledge. You are just given an initial state and you are given a goal state. No other information is provided. So to solve this problem using uninformed search, we'll be using breadth first search. So this is your initial state. You can see the numbers. And what is the goal state? Numbers placed in a particular configuration. Here you can see they are in an ascending order and the black square is at the end. Fine. So let us start solving this problem using state space search. As the name indicates, we are representing our problem in a state. Now let us go through it. So this is your initial state with a black square position at this position. Okay. Now what actions will be carrying out on this state? The actions will be carried out using the movement of this black square. Now if you look at it, the black square can move upward, it can move downward, it can move to the right, but it cannot move to the left, as the left movement is not allowed, it is not available. So we expand our initial solution into 3 states to 3 new different states. If the square moves up, you enter into a new state, right? The square moves up and the one comes down, right? And you get a new state. Similarly, if the block moves down, the black block moves down, you get the new state here. You can check it out. 7 moves up. And if the block is moved to the right, 4 comes here and the black moves here. Black square moves to this position. So from the initial state, your initial state is expanded to 3 new states depending on the move made by the black square. So moving upward will be this state, moving it downward will give rise to this new state, and right will be this new state. I'm sure you all are getting it. Now, this is breadth first search because we are expanding the whole first level and then we'll be expanding another level. So moving to the next level again, if you look at this state, right now this black square can move either to the right side or it can move down. If you move it down, it will reach back to its parent state, which we don't want. So what we'll do is only one move will allow, and that move will be the right move. There is no place to move upward, there is no place to move on the left side. So this space will be again expanded to this. So here on the right movement, you enter again into a new state space. Next, this block or this state, when it is expanded, again you can see there will be only one move allowed, because if you move upward, again you will be in the parent space, parent state, which we don't want. So we'll just move it to the right and enter a new state. Next, to the third state. Here it is in the center, so here all the four moves are possible. You can move up, you can move down, you can move to the left, and you can move to the right. But will not be making a left move. Why? Because again you will go back to your parent state. So once you move it up, you enter this state. Once you move down, this is a new state. Once you move to the right, you get a new state. Because there is no space, so I have not put that state block here. And the left state also you can move. Of course, it is not required because you go back to your parent state. Once you get to this state, again this state will be expanded in the same way. Same thing here, and all the states will be further expanded depending on the movement of your black state. So how long you are going to expand it? You are going to expand it till you don't get the goal state. So what we are doing here? We are exploring the whole search space. We are expanding the whole search space to get to the goal state, right? So what is the complexity then? Complexity is big of b raised to d. That is, b is nothing but it is number of branches, and d is the depth of the tree. So complexity is exponential. Why exponential? You are expanding it at each level and then you are going to the depth till you get the solution. So you are searching, the whole search space is considered to reach the solution. So the complexity is exponential. But what is the advantage? You get the optimal solution. Is it fine? State space search. An example what we have taken is 8 puzzle problem, and where we have applied uninformed search using breadth first search. So similarly, now let us see if you apply an informed search to the same problem. Previous lecture, if you remember, informed search uses heuristic function. Heuristic means you have the domain knowledge. Some domain knowledge is there when you are solving a problem. So here what function we'll be using? We will be using a function is misplaced blocks. What is misplaced blocks? We'll be counting the blocks which are misplaced when compared to the goal state. And here we'll be again using best first search, but we'll be using here best breadth first search. So let us see how we go around with this informed search approach. This is our initial state. Example is same like what we took in the uninformed search. Again, you can see the black tile can move up, it can move down, and it can move to the right. So if again it expands into the three solutions, up, right, and down. If it is moved up, you get this new state. If it is moved down, right, you get this state, and if it is moved down, this is the new state. The movement and everything is same as you saw in the case of uninformed search. But the only difference here is what? This everything is same. The tree changes from here onwards. Now what is the difference here? As soon as you make a movement, you get a new state, you compare it with the goal state. Now which is your goal state? This is your goal state. You compare it with your goal state and you count the number of blocks which are misplaced. Now if you look at it, 2 is at its position. 3 is at its position. Go back to your goal state and check it. 2 should be at this position, 3 should be at this position. So this is what 2 is at its right position, 3 is also at its right position, but 1 should be here, but it is here. So 1 is not at its right position. 4 is also not at its right position. 6 is at its right position. 7 is at its right position. 5 is not at its right position. 8 is also not at its right position. So how many blocks are not at its right position? If you count again, it will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what is the value of misplaced M? That is 4. So M is a variable which is representing the number of blocks which are misplaced. So in this state, there are 4 blocks which are not matching with the goal state. Now come to the next state. When the movement is made right, again here you count 1, 2, 3, 4. All these 4 numbers are at its right space, right position as compared to the goal state. 6 is also at its right space, right position. 7 is also at right position, but 5 and 8 are not at the right position as compared to the goal state. So 2 blocks are misplaced. So value of M is 2. Come to this state. Now here again, 1, 2, 3 are all three are at its right position. 7 is misplaced, 4 is misplaced, 6 is at its position, 5 is misplaced and 8 is misplaced. So there are total 4 misplaced blocks. Which are misplaced blocks here? 7, 4, 5 and 8. So in this case, when you're working with heuristic function on informed search, you'll be checking like which state has less number of misplaced blocks. So now this state has only 2 misplaced blocks as compared to these two. So you'll not be expanding this state as well as this state. You'll be expanding only this state which has less number of misplaced blocks. I'm sure you are getting it. So I put a red cross indicating this will not be expanded and this also will not be expanded. Now we'll be expanding this. So here again, you have 4 positions as the black square is in the center. It can move up, it can move down, it can move to the right, it can move to the left. Of course, you are not going to move to the left because you'll go back to the parent state. So let us move it up and you get a new state. Let us move it down, again you get a new state, and let us move to the right, end up with again a new state. Okay, now when you move it up, again what you'll be doing, in this new state, you'll be counting again number of misplaced blocks. So how many blocks are misplaced? 1 is at its right position, 3 is at its right position, 4 is also at its right position, 2 is misplaced, 6 is at right position, 7 is at its right position, 5 is misplaced and 8 is misplaced. So how many blocks are misplaced? 1, 2 and 3. So value of M is 3. Once the block is moved down, the new state what you get here, again count the number of misplaced blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all these are at its right position as compared to the goal state. Only one block is misplaced, that is 8. So number of misplaced blocks are 1. Come to the next state. When the block is moved to the right, here 1, 2, 3, 4. All these 4 are placed at a right position. But 6 is misplaced. 6 is misplaced. 7 is at its right position. 5 is misplaced and 8 is misplaced. So how many blocks are misplaced? 1, 2 and 3. So the value of M is 3. Again you will be comparing the number of misplaced blocks at this level. So this is 3, this is 3. So we'll be expanding only the one with the less number of misplaced blocks, that is M is equal to 1. So again a cross, no further expansion of the tree this side, no further expansion of the tree this side, right? So we'll be expanding only the one with the number of misplaced blocks as 1. So when you expand it again, it can again move into the 3 positions. It can move up, it can move to the right, it can move to the left. There is no down position, no movement allowed on the downside. We'll not move it up again because it will go back to the parent state. So we'll be moving it only to the right side and to the left side. Once the block is moved to the right side, you can see the labeled blocks are placed exactly same as the goal state. So what you do, you reach a goal state. But when you move to the left side, you do not reach the goal state. As soon as you reach the goal state, the process stops. I hope it is clear. So what we did in case of uninformed search, we expanded all the possible paths and we had a use tree. But in case of uninformed search, we used a heuristic function. What is the heuristic function used? We counted the number of misplaced blocks. And depending on the number of misplaced blocks, we took the decision which one to expand. So search space you see is reduced. This is not expanded, this is not expanded, only one is expanded. And another thing, in case of state space search, you get the solutions either in the form of a graph or in the form of a tree. Here what you're observing is a space tree. I'm sure it is clear. Okay. Now, in case of informed search, the complexity is polynomial because you are not searching the whole, the solution space is not expanded. Only the part of the solution search space is expanded depending on the heuristic function. So you get the solution at the depth 3. Again, I repeat, the solution may be optimal here. Right now, we got the optimal solution, but every time you may not get the optimal solution. So how did we get the solution at the depth 3? This was our search. What we followed? This is the only state which expanded further into further states. Among this also only one state is expanded for the solution, and then finally you get the goal state, right? So 1, 2 and 3. You get the definition within short time, right? I hope the concept is clear. So what we are using here, we are using here again the breadth first search, but we are using a smart breadth first search. I'm sure the concept is clear and expect you all have understood the concept, work on it. It's very simple. Again, I'm waiting for the feedback. I should say that only one student gave me the feedback that he's okay with this type of lectures. I expect the feedback from all of you. Let's meet again for the next lecture. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.